Welcome to Seduce Me, the Otome. If you don't know what an Otome game is, it's basically a game designed for the female audience, generally in Japan, often focused on a large cast of characters in which you can romance throughout the story going on. Not necessarily a dating sim, although it can be a dating sim, but the romance aspect and the various paths you can take is a key element to the Otome game. Now, if you know me, you might be asking, but Andrea, you're a lesbian and you only play games with relationships that allow you to be gay. Well, good news. Seraphim Entertainment has actually thought about that, and Seduce Me includes women as well as men for the player to be in love with. I haven't played this before, but I figured it could be fun. I wanted something a little bit different. And the game is actually free on Steam, so if it's good, then you can just check it out without having to pay any money. And of course, I also like reading out dialogue out loud, so that's always fun. And obviously, a visual novel is perfect for that. So, new game. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character resemblance to real-life people are purely coincidental. Also, please note that the following game is made for PG-16 audiences. Please know that sexual violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings, abuse, implied rape, and suicide. You have been warned. Well, this is great. I wanted something happy to play. Oh well, we have come this far. We can't stop now. Please enjoy. I will do my best.
Why, hello.
Oh shit.
My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
But I was going to do the voice acting. Fine. My name is Andrea.
A lovely name. For a lovely person like you.
Creep me out, dude.
Wonderful.
Eric, do your job.
Who's Eric?
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Renpai Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it, since you'll be in it.
I always pronounce it Renpi, not Renpai. Huh. That's a very good engine, by the way, if you want to get into visual novels. It's free, and it's open source, and you can do very pretty things with it, as you can see.
Eric.
Fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Yeah, this is clearly directed towards women who, or men, who are interested in men. Somewhere. Oh shit! Fucking jump scares! This music is like something out of Final Fantasy. Like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, this is very Kingdom Hearts. I like it.
Come on! Is that all you got?
Wanna try me, asshole?
Oh shit. Something bad is going on. Am I waiting for something? Should I press? There's no indication if it... Some visual novels tend to have like a little circle or something saying that you are meant to click, but...
Crap!
Yeah, I was meant to click.
Let's retreat for now.
I have no idea what's going on.
Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
It's a forest! Call it fate or call it coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget. Well, I would think not. Fucking gunshots in the forest.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory.
Is it now?
It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
Fascinating. Ooh, is that me? I'm cute. Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. But it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. Personally, I love the sound of it. The way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers, it was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hit the glass of the window was strangely calming. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window, though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't soporific. Soporific? I don't know how to pronounce that word. But I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Honestly, I didn't care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class. It was only because I read a textbook and did my assignments as I had to. Well, aren't you special? Some of us can't afford a textbook. That was an actual problem I had once. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. Economics? Mandatory? What school do you go to? If it were up to me, I would probably have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester, it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. Oh, don't be too happy. Life can go pretty south after high school. I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on and on as if no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them. But that was kind of it. That's normally what people enjoy in high school. In short, I was done with high school. You said that. The start of the second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied to many universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies somewhere in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now, I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Hello, Mrs. Phillips. Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me up because she noticed that I was spacing out. Yes, ma'am?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Oh, I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be... Oh yeah, this is me. The Black-Scholes model formula.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
I thought for a second someone else was called Andrea. I had that happen before, actually, when I was on my old channel. I was playing this game called Science Girls, which is a really fun game. It's on Steam. And I think I named myself Andrea with Ritsu, one of the two, and it was taken, and the game just went, "You can't name yourself that." I was like, what? What's wrong with my name? Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. It's a good thing we put in our first name at the start then. No doubt, since the surname was a trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson family. I'm sorry, I can't take that seriously, I'm Swedish. Anderson is like one of the most common last names here. Like, there's no sense of value to the name Anderson. Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandfather. Susu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
Hey there, Zuzu. It was Suzu, right? Or Suju. I think that's a cursive Z, I'm not certain. From beside me I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Susu's choice of words.
She means good job.
Okay. I'm noticing a very clear, distinct difference between the quality of art on the friends and the teacher. The friends look great, the teacher looks a bit wonky.
Miss Capini.
Oi!
Susie Capini,
Care
okay.
to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Shoals.
It was Shoals, not Skulls.
Fisher Black and Myron Shoals.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off. Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
I mean, Susu was still right, she just didn't know the first name. Susu rolled her eyes and slouched into her chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
I was about to say, like, this isn't good. I'm shipping these two already. I'm meant to be shipping myself with people. Before I knew it, Susie and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned to the Three Musketeers. Well, they wouldn't better have a fourth person. I mean, Dr. Jang was the fourth Musketeer, so... Whenever the teacher let the student decide on groups, we always grouped together in a little trio. It was a shared stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it open onto the 3 desks. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. Sorry, by the way, that I do the whole when I say wrong. I don't know. It's a thing I've been doing my entire life when I get a line wrong, while practicing like a play or a short film or anything. Like I used to act a lot in my teen and pre-teen days. And I've always just done the whole blah thing when I go back to like continue. Like I need to rewind myself for some reason. Don't do it on stage, of course, but like when training, I do. And since I'm not on stage, right? I'm just gonna move on. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped the pencil. Sorry, the beat was just so good. She lightly tapped the pencil against her shin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Susu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her shin. After a few seconds, her face brightened and then she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff, but you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project.
At least we caught it this time. What do we name it?
Not sure. What do you think?
Andrea? It always came down to me whenever there was something to be named or titled. I was the master of ending decision, even when I didn't want to be.
I like Trinity Corporations.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
What do dragons have to do with our project?
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
But our company sells bubble gum.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubble gum?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say, okay, so this part here. Now, I like what Susu is going for. Dragon Company, I like dragons. Dragons are cool. And like the spicy bubblegum is good. And it is unpredictable, it's special, it really has a punch to it, that's good. On the other hand, Trinity Corporation, Trinity, 3 parts working together in a symbiotic relationship, much like the polyamorous relationship I'm going for with both of these characters. I don't know, I tried to set that one up as I got ready for the choice and I couldn't think of a better way to do it, but I don't know actually, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I think I like Dragon Company the most. Trinity Corporation sounds too much like an evil, like, new version of Umbrella Corporation. Like Tricell or Neo Umbrella, what other weird ones they had in Resident Evil sequels. So yeah, Dragon Company.
Booyah! Dragon Company it is!
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Lisette? Huh? Who was that?
Ignore it, it's just Lisette.
I looked down my shoulder to see her laughing with a circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people, though practically friends with everyone in the school, and as a result everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lisette White. She sat with a positive that indicated she was still working. I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to continue to the beat there, I just caught myself doing it now. It's a really catchy beat, okay? That she also was ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite a comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lisette was bright, easygoing, and above all, had a future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the Irish students, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of other people the wrong way. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friend knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. It's about time! Let's bail!
Unsurprisingly, Susan was the first out of the classroom, slinging her a backpack over the shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out the door.
The seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
Me and you both know me. She gave me a smile, as if relieved by the fact that I felt the way she did.
See? Why can't she just be normal like the two of us?
It's Susu, Naomi. Think about it.
Very true.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
But they should.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I do have to admit I was spacing out, and just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Oh my god, I ship you two so hard! Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally anyone would think the opposite of them wouldn't ever associate with each other, but even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. The game is shipping them! Where are my love interests? Maybe they were just perfect complements, or personality just didn't dictate the possibility of the friendship. After all, we three have been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
You do like spicy food after all. Please change the beat! Please! We entered the cafeteria, a bustling room filled with the aromas of different kinds of food. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
It's a pretty good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
Also a good meal. However, water wouldn't help much. Milk is what she would need.
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're crazy!
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
I think I'll go with... just mac and cheese and a soda. That sounds good. That's what I would have... Actually, I think I'm gonna make some mac and cheese in a little bit, and I'm probably gonna get a soda for it. Once we got our food, we settled down on the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside to finally dig into the food. Susan leaned back in her chair, tilting her back so that she could rest her feet on the table by her food.
Alright then. Is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about...
Say boys, and I will never speak to you ever again.
I'm with Susu.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys? Not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
Or ever.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Hey!
No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
Damn yeah, I can.
Or girlfriend?
Oh, come on. Come on, don't tell me you're weirded out by homosexuality, Naomi. I was thinking about going for you.
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
Yeah, I can be a lesbian if I want.
True.
Yeah, that is true. Word. Joe? That's okay, Susu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend ever.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Well, it really was about wanting a relationship, but more of there was no one interesting enough to be in a relationship with. Oh my god, that's rude! You got Miss Dragon Company here and really hot, like tall lady. I love tall girls. And short girls. Like girls. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there were not many interesting guys in the school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanted to continue the conversation. However, before she could speak, the speakers in the cafe started up and an announcement echoed through the cafeteria.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Coming to take me away, haha. They're coming
Suzu,
to...
don't joke around. What if it's serious?
Naomi, you cut off my song.
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Funnily enough, something did happen. And it was certainly no laughing matter. Hence, it wasn't actually that funny. Cold. It was really cold. The rain became heavier that afternoon, accompanied by rolling thunder now and then. The skies had turned dark, though I couldn't see any of it under the black umbrella. Not that I was looking up. In fact, looking up was the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was the damp grass underneath my feet. Only the monotone eulogies that floated through my ears reminded me that I was at a funeral. It was only when the speeches ended that I was finally able to raise my head. A small gathering of people, mostly made of relatives that didn't even know were related to me, were huddled around a simple, small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops and umbrellas. If it weren't raining, everything would probably be in heavy silence. I looked beside me, where my father was standing and holding up a large black umbrella for a small family of 3. His face was emotionless, a strange sight next to my weeping mother. I wonder what was going through his mind. After all, etched into the smooth grey tombstone before us was his father's name. My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small, only close family were allowed to come. Slowly though, people began to leave my father, mother, and me behind at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit under the uniform black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked toward us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled out a few documents from his suitcase and began to read aloud its contents.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Out in the fucking rain by the grave, time and place, asshole! Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will, which is why you don't do it outdoors! It was under the strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
And good luck paying the rent each month. What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate at 18? That was impossible, and yet it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her? Why am I not surprised?
Oh my god, Dad!
Dear.
Yeah, dear.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end, he wouldn't give in. Oh, what a stubborn old man.
Shaking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Hello, cat. My cat decided to come and make noise again.
Honey, what do you think?
Ellipses. I really wasn't sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think that I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
Fucking asshole!
David.
Yeah, David, of course you're named the same as the asshole stepdad in Life is Strange. Oh, he just backs out. Won't even look in the direction he's walking. Just do everything backwards, Dad. Always everything backwards. Even though she raised her voice, my dad wordlessly began walking backwards to the car, disinterested.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
Man, they really put a large tombstone for the grandfather. The size of like 6-7 people. I know it's actually zoomed in. I was making a joke. You can go ahead to the car, Mom. I think I need some time alone with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
I bet Dad will leave without me. She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty save for the solid-looking grave that was laid in front of me. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would have been much different. It was blatantly obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family the same day they just pass away? Can they even do that? Like, don't they have to like dig a grave and make funeral arrangement and like make sure the body is like well and you know that there weren't any odd causes to the death that we didn't know about? And I mean, I'm just saying, this seems like a cover-up. Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys, and yet the grave was a mere stone slab on the ground, void of any children's toys. Who put children's toys on a grave? My dad didn't even bother putting flowers. I mean, that's not that's not weird, right? I mean, I don't know much about graves. I mean, I personally I'm not interested in being buried at a graveyard or anything like that. But I've never heard of people wanting toys at the gravestone. His disdain for my grandfather was almost pitiful. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong. But right now, I'm the farthest from it. That one time a long time ago even. Grandpa!
Oh, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
I was swept into a giant bear hug, and we both laughed as he swung me around like an airplane. It was one of my favorite things about seeing my grandfather, the way he greeted me. Unlike my father, my grandfather was loving and playful, even as I grew older. Sorry that he couldn't be here today. He said he wasn't feeling too good again. It had always been like that. Dad missed every visit to Grandpa's house, citing he was busy with work or wasn't feeling well.
Is that so? Well, that's okay. Daddy can come around next time. And you're here, right?
Yeah? So what are we doing today, Grandpa? Mommy says there's a new a new dessert cafe open in town. Maybe we could go.
Oh, I would love to. But I've been so busy with the company these days. We're actually working on a little something. Would you like to see?
Oh, yes. Oh, is that a toy?
It is. I was designing a new line of them. But I feel like something's missing. You don't think you could help me out, could you?
Of course. He placed the toy in my hands with a smile, and I inspected it carefully. It was beautifully crafted, and obviously a lot of work was put into it. There was one thing, though.
So, what do you think?
I think the heart in its chest should light up when you hug it. It's a Care Bear. He stroked his chin, considering my input while nodding his head. After a few moments of silent deliberation, he turned to me with a chuckle.
That's a great idea. I'll get to changing it right away. You're always like my little lucky charm, dear. You always know what to add to make the perfect toy.
Little lucky charm, not lucky little charm. Text. Well, I hope it can be like you one day, Grandpa.
You want to make toys as well?
Well, making people happy is the best feeling in the world. I don't know if I want to make toys when I grow up, though.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
That makes sense. Daddy doesn't think of it the same way, though.
Your father. I'm sure he just wants the best for you.
I'm not so sure about that.
Sweetie, look at me.
No, I'm looking at the cat, because it's making noise again. He bent down to look at me at eye level, with a serious look on his face.
As much as your father may say something that doesn't make sense now, you must remember that he's always thinking about you. He loves you. There's no doubt about that. And you need to love him just as equally.
I don't hate Daddy, I really do love him. It's not... I don't know why he's like this, though.
Your father and I have had some difficulties with each other in the past. But it's nothing that you should be concerned about.
I had heard tidbits of this from my mother and various other people. The only people who had stayed quiet were my father and grandfather. Both of them refrained from saying a word on the subject matter, but it was clear that whatever happened set up a wall between them. It's hard, though, trying to pretend as if nothing were wrong.
However, no matter what, you have to stay strong. You're a big girl already, and, well, there'll come a day when it seems like it's you against the world. But always remember that your family and friends will be here with you. Daddy, Mommy, your friends at school, me. We'll stand together to get through it.
How can you be so sure of that?
Because we'll be right here and here.
He pointed his finger to my head first, and then pointed at my chest.
So stay strong, promise?
For a moment he looked almost sad, pleading, but as quickly as they had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, Grandpa let out a great burst of laughter and stood up.
All right then, enough of that. How about I whip up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you at that new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork.
Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen.
Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be.
Okay, so we're going to stop here for now, but I'm liking this a lot so far. I'm making a lot of jokes, obviously, as I do. But yeah, this is good. Do we click here to save, or... No, we don't. Here? No, I want to... Oh, there's a save button! There we go. And we can continue this. I like this. This is good. Once again, it's Seduce Me, the Automa. It's on Steam. It's free, and so far it's good. There were a few things here and there that wasn't great, but like so far I'm impressed. For free, it's superb. So yeah, check it out. I suppose I will play some more later. Bye.